saying. Uh,
Okay. Okay, we are live, and today is the day. Today is the final day of the ongoing Women's 100 tournament, and it is between the Southern Brave, the undefeated ones, against the Northern Superchargers. By the way, Northern Superchargers have also coming with a four match winning streak.
4 match winning
So,
streak.
yeah, 4 match winning streak. So it is going to be an thrilling battle, what we all hope for. But Trishadi, as of now, Northern Superchargers have won the toss and they have opted to bowl first. So very interesting decision. Good toss to win. Do you think because you are putting Southern Brave to bat first? I think that is interesting part. Do you see that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry. Somebody just messaged something very funny. I'm so sorry. So what I'm. Yeah, I think Southern Brave has been very good at bowling first, stopping the opponent from scoring runs, and then chasing that down quickly. So it'd be, but it's not like they have not defended either. With that kind of a bowling
Yes.
lineup, I think Northern Superchargers is taking a very high risk chance. I'm not someone who is, I don't know. I feel batting first always helps in knockout matches.
Yes, absolutely. By the way, in 2023 final, the same final took place. These two teams were there. That time, Southern Brave won that final and while batting fast. So I think, considering that, I think Southern Brave will not mind that much. Okay, we are batting fast. They will hope that the result.
Southern Brave will not mind anything. They are on
Yeah,
fire.
exactly, exactly. 8 games, 8 wins. They have been fantastic in every department of the game, and I think me and Trishadi have been talking about the team, the same thing again and again. That their top players, come throughout the tournament. They came up, they stood out when they needed, the team needed it most, and they performed well. Okay, but when it comes to the team, yesterday only we saw an thrilling innings from Devina Perin. I think today again all eyes will be on her. But Tushadi, Devina Perin versus Lauren Bale, highest wicket taker of this tournament. How do you see that battle?
Um, it's an interesting battle. It's an interesting battle, and it will also basically tell you how well has Devna Perrine kind of announced herself in the
Mhm.
bigger scheme of things, in the like in international cricket. Because let's face it, today is the last day of the World Cup. I was about to say, no, sorry guys, the World Cup is still on. It is yet to begin. It is the last day of the 100, so I think the
Yes.
scoring the 100 and all is fine. But ultimately, what is important is what is in store for Devina Parin in the future, and that I think would be very clear seeing how she bats to someone like Lauren Bell, because Bell right now is one, for me at least, she's one of the top pacers in international cricket. So it will kind of be interesting, and that is where Snehashish is my problem with the toss decision. So you are basically putting a lot of pressure on the kid right now. What if Southern Brave gets to a fantastic start, reaches a 170 odd, then you have to hit Lauren Bell. You are,
Mm.
I mean, I would ideally want my batters probably not taking too much chance against Lauren Bell initially,
Yes.
um, to have that cushion. Now you have not given the cushion and actually thrown the batters uh, like directly on the directly in the water. Whether they learn to swim or not is what we get to know.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And especially when you see the campaign, the whole campaign of Northern Superchargers. Obviously, Devina Perin played some knocks, some 50s, and yesterday we saw that fantastic 100. But ultimately, two batters stood up for them as the tournament progressed. Phoebe Litchfield and obviously Nicola Carey. We talked about both of them yesterday also. So I think again, as you mentioned, so do you think the same applies for them also? While you are chasing around 150 or 160 in a game like final, I think the whole pressure is on you. For a Phoebe Litchfield, okay, she might be think now today I have to perform because if today she fails somehow, then all the contribution before somehow doesn't matter that much.
Absolutely, but also there's one more thing that's actually working on my mind. Phoebe is coming at number 3 or 4.
Three or
Uh,
four, yes.
3 or 4, right?
Mm.
So suppose if Devina Perrine scores runs, but her opening partner doesn't, and the number 3 also doesn't, then suddenly Phoebe Litchfield has to come under a lot of extra pressure. So I
Mm.
do think that, especially when your team hasn't really done well, with the bat, I would actually want Superchargers to have batted first and got that away. Your times want to play to your strengths, right? With Southern Brave, I think the biggest advantage was, which is something you and I were discussing off, off the live. What is that? No,
Off
no, off
camera.
after the live. After
Yes.
the live, what we were discussing is Southern Brave has both
Mm.
batting and bowling working, which means that's their strength. Both, they have one defending, they have one chasing. So what I'm seeing is, I think I understand why the Northern Superchargers have gone for this chase, because they actually won one, two, three, four, five out of the 7 matches that they have won chasing. So they've gone with their stronger, stronger, what do you call that? With the stronger part, or with their strength. That chasing is their strength. But in the finals, Snehashish, what do you think? Chasing is a good option?
Ah, I think if you see, irrespective of men's and women's cricket, I think most of the final or knockout games, won by the batting first because you don't want to take that pressure. I can hardly remember any final. I think 2011 men's final was which India won. I think they won
Chasing,
while
yeah.
chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
while chasing. Apart from that, you can find, I think 2015 final again, you can say, but that Australia won because they bundled out New Zealand for 150, 160.
Correct.
So that is the point, that if you only manage to bowl pretty well, restrict your opponent to a very modest total, then only you do not feel that pressure while chasing. But otherwise, you might feel that pressure while chasing decent total on the board in a game like final. So I think in but for me, I think if a team is confident enough that whatever the situation, whatever the target is, we are better while approaching for a chase, I think then you can go for the chase. I think that confidence is must within that team. Hopefully, this Northern Superchargers team has that confidence. But now the time will tell whether this decision is right or not.
Whether their confidence on themselves is what.
Yes.
But tell me something. Um, you follow women's cricket for a long time, right? So let's do a trivia question for you. Um, but you cannot cheat. So no using AI, Google, or anything of that sort. Okay. Okay. So tomorrow is the birthday of a women cricketer who can celebrate it by winning the 100 today. Who am I talking about? You can ask me
Yes.
for hints. I'll give maximum 3 hints.
Okay. I know the answer. Sophie Divine.
Oh, well done.
Yes. Fortunately, when I was preparing for this final, I got to know that tomorrow is her birthday. Thankfully, thank God. Yes, but as you mentioned, I think what a tournament she had so far. With the bad crucial knocks, yeah, people might think only 100 something runs. The strike rate might be low, but see the situation where she scored those runs. See the situation where the team needed one partner from another end to give that support. She played that role, and with all her experience, I think she was the perfect player to do that, and she did that. And especially with the ball, fifth highest wicket taker, if I'm not wrong, with 12 wickets so far in this
Yes.
tournament. Superb.
Yes.
And fitness at this age, when she is not playing that much of cricket what she used to play. Right. I think for the last 1 year she
Correct.
has been
Correct.
pretty out of the action because she took some indefinite break from the cricket, from mental strength and all. But still, when she make a comeback, and this kind of a comeback with such fitness, I think tremendous for New Zealand. I think it is a huge boost going forward to the World Cup.
Absolutely, and I think, as you correctly said, if every single player takes a break and comes back like this with this kind of a form and this kind of bowling, batting, fielding, fitness overall, physical fitness, and of course mentally, she must be in a much better place for her to actually come back and play the way she is doing. I hope everyone gets that break. And to be very honest, I know this can be a huge debate, and I do know a lot of players a lot of Indian players who would not like me saying this, because in India it's a thing that if you take a mental health break, it means that you are weak. But I don't think so. I think especially players and legends like the Sophie Divines, the Susie Betts, the Meg Lannings, the Ellis Perrys, I do think that they need breaks after almost a decade and a half. You need break. You need to question yourself: Am I enjoying the game? And this is something that actually Saurav Ghoshal, in one of the conversations when uh, after he made a comeback, unfortunately injury did not let him make a bigger comeback and get to the Olympics. But when I was speaking to him, he said something nice that, Trisha, you know what? I have played the game for 20 odd years. Now I've actually forgot how to enjoy it. Now that I have come back from the retirement, which is a break that I took, suddenly I'm enjoying the game way more than I have been doing the last, say, 4 or 5 years, because I was so playing the game so much. It becomes a bogus routine. While it might, you know, seem like, oh, you're earning such a lot of money. What do you mean by bogus routine? But ultimately, even your job becomes your bogus routine. It does. Uh, Somewhere or the other, you need that change. You need that break, which is where I do think that Sophie Divine, that's why looks way more confident. Her body language is different. She's bowling superbly, batting outstandingly, and those 100 or 109 runs, I think, or 112 runs. It's not the number of runs; it's the impact of the runs. She has played impactful innings. She might not have played today. Which match is going on, Snehashish? Don't randomly look at your TV and confuse me. You're on mute.
Now the channel is on for 100, so I was whether the match started or not.
It starts at 6:45. Don't confuse me by looking like that. So yes, as I was saying, and she has made a brilliant comeback, and I hope she continues that form in the World Cup. Not against India, against the rest of the teams. Would love to watch it from the ground, but again, not against India.
Yes, that is the only wish we all have right now. Not against India. Otherwise, please play. We all enjoy seeing Sophie Divine in action, both with the bat and ball.
We love
Yes,
watching every single player doing well. We are
yes,
those people
except
who are well wishers of every single player. Just avoid India. Baki time
yes,
अच्छा खेल लो.
only one condition. That's it.
Only one condition.
Nothing more.
That's
Yes. Okay, let's take some comments. Shumit Sharma asking any news about WPL auction? No, nothing as of now. Okay. Sports fan asking, guys, is Devina Perin next big thing in women's cricket? Didn't heard about her till yesterday. Sorry to my lack of following of league.
That's fine. Don't be sorry, sports fan. I'm just glad that you're following, or she scored that 100, and now you're following her, because Sneha and I think from I remember under 19 semi-finals, and by now people who watch our shows regularly know that we have a separate show offline where we are
Hmm.
the ones who are talking and we are the ones who are listening, and then there is a show online which obviously we come and we do with you guys. So, in our offline show on the day of the under 19 semi-finals, the moment Devina Perrine got out, I still remember Snehashish and I were like, thank God she got out, but she's going to be the next big thing. So, yes, I think she has all the potentials.
Hmm.
What I feel honestly great about is Snehashi, she's now under Charlotte Edwards.
Yes, yes, that's a huge point. I think under Charlotte Edwards, even in Mumbai Indians, we have seen, youngster like, the Kamalini. See Kamalini, the growth of Kamalini in the last year. So it should be a huge for, Devina Perrin if she gets a chance in the international camp going forward. But I think if she If she continues to show this kind of form in different matches going forward, I think for the 26 home T20 World Cup, I think she
Yeah,
can
yeah,
get a place in that squad.
yeah.
She can.
Yeah, she will be there in the squad, and especially it will also depend on how Danny White Hodge
Yes.
plays this in this World Cup, because she has been inconsistent, and if she is
Mm.
inconsistent, whereas Davina is consistent, you might see that overhaul.
Yes. For Danny Whiteford, spinners have been very tricky. At the start of her innings, give the ball to the spinners. 8 or 9 times out of 10, she will get out. I think that has been a
Absolutely,
problem.
and that's predictable. That also Davina is a good player of spins. From whatever I've seen, she's a pretty decent player of spin, and I'm
Mm.
sure she'll only get better from here.
Mm. Okay, interesting question from Sumit Sharma. Dane Van Niekerk not selected for World Cup. What could have been her motivation for U-turn? Trishad.
Is the squad out?
No, 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 no.
Or this is on
I
the basis
think
of the
from
head
that
coach?
comment. Yeah, I think from that
Okay,
comment.
I'll tell you what I told somebody when I was discussing this entire issue with her. I said there could be two things. One, maybe when she came back to the camp, she didn't bowl well enough, or she isn't fit
Mm.
enough. These could be one of the two things. The other second thing is probably because everybody has now understood that Dane has made this U-turn because she's going to come, and they might prepare for her. So it's just the head coach trying to be over smart. That's it. Either of the two. Because if you are telling me that Dane Van Niekerk came back just before the World Cup, was asked to come to the camp just before the World Cup, and then it was done with this in mind that you're not going to be part of the World Cup squad, then you must be kidding me.
Absolutely.
What I
And
do think will happen is in the Bangladesh tour,
mm,
she will be playing, and if Dane is in good form and she picks up wickets, they will say we did not have her in the scheme of things, but she's picking wickets, so we have to take her. I think that's the strategy.
mm, so a
Because the
surprise
coach
might be
has also
waiting.
said, yeah, because the coach has also said that she'll be part of some of the series, which
Exactly.
I think indirectly or directly says she'll be part of the Bangladesh series. And now, if she's one of the highest wicket takers, are you going to drop her for the World Cup? You can't, right?
Yes, absolutely. And the most interesting part that me and you discussed that earlier, few months earlier, the coach himself, while interacting with the media, said that I personally talked with Dane, about the World Cup, and I suggested her to, to make a comeback and be in that camp, particularly the camp that is being going on right now. So I think, so ultimately the idea
So
was there. I know
basically, he's
why.
contradicting his own
Exactly.
statement.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Sportsman asking who were the other finds of the 100 which we can see in future.
Tilly Cortin Coleman,
Yes,
if I'm not
Coleman.
wrong, that's
Yes,
her name.
that youngster
Left
is
arm
there.
spinner. Left
Mm.
arm spinner. Yeah, I think she was brilliant.
I think
Who else?
Australia's Charlie Knott. She was good.
Oh yes, I think Charlie Knott has been highly impressive.
Mm.
Uh, who else? Remind me.
Uh, Charlie Knott. Serena Smalley. I think she was impressive left arm spinner.
Yes, yes,
Mm.
yes. Left arm spinner. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, I think
I
these
think
few.
this two, three,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe one or two names, maybe, but these three, four people, I think they have
yeah,
been pretty impressive.
yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
last two World Cups. Okay, Shumit Sharma asking last two World Cups for Harmanpreet Kaur to win the title. What do you guys think? Okay,
Last two.
last two
Last
World
two.
Cup. Okay,
Last two.
2025 ODI and 2026 T20.
Oh, you think she's going to play the 2026 England World Cup? Interesting. Um, Last two World Cups for Harmanpreet Kaur to win the title. As in, are you asking that? What is the question? Whether she can win it or not is the question, or are these
Last two
last?
chance for her. Last two chances for her to win a title, ICC title for India.
I think last chance for her. Not even last two.
Yeah.
I do
Yes.
think that. What do you expect, Snashish? If India doesn't qualify for the semis, you think? Harman will get. I don't know. Yeah. It's very difficult to say, but I do think that India needs to do really well for Harman to remain captain for the T20 World Cup. And if she remains there for the T20 World Cup, well, yeah, I don't
If
see.
she
I
remains
don't
there,
know why.
obviously that will be another chance for her. But I think what you said that actually, because it's a home World Cup and she's not been in a best of her fitness. So I think if India doesn't perform, at least not qualifying, if they fail even to qualify for the semi-final, then I think things will not be that much easy for her to continue. I think obviously then in the ODI format, obviously you will choose the next captain, Shruti Mandana, obviously the front runner. But when it comes to the T20 setup, I think Smriti Mandana is the best bet. But again, you never know what is going to happen with the Indian cricket management if they decide to remain with
Smriti
Harmanpreet Kaur.
Mandana is calling you, or the Indian management is calling
Yes,
you.
I think so, and unfortunately, it's getting me. But let's see. But what I also see, I also think that for T20 setup, I think it's time to move on. I think see the fitness. I think the fitness is not in her side. If the fitness was in her side, I think maybe you can okay. Let's give
Yeah,
her at least
there
another
is
World
neck
Cup. Let's try
issues,
for
shoulder issues, knee issues,
mm,
and it's tough. I just think
problem.
you can't keep pushing a player to play like that. It's unfair. I understand that she'll want her try her best to
Mm,
play, and you want her to play as a batter. Of course,
yes,
she's one of your assets. But how much can you push a person? And okay, the other point is it fair that Harman does the batting and Smriti does the captaincy? I don't think
exactly.
it's 100% fair as well. So, and I'm saying this about T20, not about one days. Because in T20, in a number of matches, this has happened in the last 1 year. And I'm sure if Harman was fine, she would have been there on the field.
Yes.
So she has definitely not been fine. And we have seen Smriti doing a lot of the leadership work. As I told you, in Nottingham, you can see that she has molded herself as the leader, and you can
Mm,
also see the team has accepted her as the leader. So, one thing good, guys, that if that captaincy baton is passed on, I think the transition will be very smooth because the team has already rallied around Smriti. Also, you have to give Smriti the chance. That is also there. You cannot suddenly jump to somebody else, because yeah, it would be a little unfair. But I would still say that if you do not give the 2026 World Cup captaincy to Smriti, I mean, right after the 2025 World Cup, if you don't change the captain, then after 2026 World Cup, you should actually overlook Smriti and go straight to someone like Jimmy. Because I think,
mm, yes. Okay, Prince of World asking, can we expect a close match or not? Obviously, we all hope for a
yeah,
close match.
it's the final. It'll be close
Yes.
match.
Okay, Shumit Sharma asking, Abhishek Nair appointment head coach for UP Warriors. Do you think it's a good choice? He has experience in coaching, but how much in women's cricket?
Yeah, very interesting. From time to time, he has helped a lot of women cricketers.
Mm,
And what I like about your question, Sumit, is the last line where you said he has experience in coaching, but how much in women's cricket? This is something that a lot of people miss. I have seen a lot of people question coaches, saying, "Oh, he was a good coach." So it must be, and it has happened that a lot of people have told me that XYZ is a good coach, but somehow the person couldn't do anything with the women's
yes.
team. So it's the women's team's fault. No, it's not the women's team's fault. If you know men's cricket coaching, you do not know women's cricket coaching. It's a different setup. So I love this. Uh, you know, love this question. And my only thing is Abhishek Nair to me, Sumit, is one of those who is an ever learning student of the game. So I do think he'll take a little bit of time. He will be able to adjust. That's what I feel. And the other part I'm absolutely confident about is that UP Warriors is going to get some very good batters. and batters
Mm.
who are retained by UP Warriors will also, you will see a lot of change and a lot of better performance with the bat, definitely, as far as Abhishek Nair is concerned. But overall, how much, how well he fares, you have to give him 1 or 2 seasons, to be honest.
Absolutely, we have to give time to a new person. But what I think good about Abhishek Nair, if you see last 1 or 2 years, there are several men's cricketer, Indian men's cricketer, who have worked individually with him, and they
Correct.
always
Women's
they
team
always
also
talk
I can
highly
say.
of him. Yes, KL
Hmm.
Rahul. If you see KL Rahul, he has see the IPL he has. Always we have talked about KL Rahul's strike rate in white ball cricket, though despite he scoring 500, 600 runs every IPL season. But this time he scored 500, more than 500 runs with a strike rate of 150. So he renovated that white ball game and he worked with Abhishek Nair. See Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma
Rohit
also
Sharma,
worked with him.
Rohit
Yes,
Sharma had actually tagged Abhishek Nair. I
yes,
think it was a
yes. So I
day
think
after Abhishek was left out of the Indian team.
yes. Mm. So I think that is the good part that he has helped Indian cricket a lot in the last 2 years. So hopefully now in the WPL he can help this team. Let's see. But as Tushari mentioned, I absolutely agree that at least you have to give him 2 seasons, not one season. So obviously he will get, but 2 seasons at least you have to give him 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
see, WPL is not as long as IPL, right? So the number of
yes.
matches are just 8. So you have to at least give him 16 matches.
Yes. Okay. Prince of World commenting Tushadi in Herman's absence, Dipti was vice captain. Is that mean she will be the future vice captain? We absolutely know Shruti will be the captain after Herman.
Um, Interesting. I do think that Smriti will be the captain. Yes. If you're looking at the future, then okay, this might sound extremely harsh on Deepthi, but vice captain is someone who is going to take up the captaincy role, right? So when Mithali was the captain, Harman was the vice captain. She was groomed on and on, and then she took the captaincy. Understandable.
Mm,
Same with Harman Smriti, right? So now, if Deepthi remains the captain, let's Smriti and Deepthi are of the same age,
mm,
so they are going to retire around the same time. So I do think that ideally, if you see a future captain, you have to put that name as vice captain instead of Deepthi,
mm.
because
Yes. Sumit Sharma saying
some
so.
people are born leaders, some are made into leaders.
Mm,
Are we actually making leaders? I don't think I've seen in the recent times India trying to make a leader. So I would like India to do that, to invest on someone, to know someone, like, because you have to understand who are your players who are going to be there in the longer run, and Jemmy definitely is one of them. Does she have leadership quality? A definite yes to that. Radha Yadav was the captain in India A, but the problem is her place in the playing 11 is not secure. So you have to go with someone whose place in the playing 11 is absolutely secure. And once probably a Harman moves out, you will definitely see Jemima in a bigger role, in a higher
mm.
batting order. So there it is very important to give her the vice captaincy so that under Smriti, she can, learn the whole
Groom.
captaincy side of
Mm.
things. Absolutely.
Yes. Sumit Sharma also saying the
I'll
same.
give
I
you one
think
more,
Jemima.
sorry, Snehashish.
Yeah. Sumit
I'll
Sharma
give you
saying the
one more
same. I think.
example.
Tell, tell.
Say for example, yeah, in the team meeting, the captain and the vice captain both goes. Where is the importance of the vice captain in there? Today probably, Smriti is suggesting something is taken seriously. When
Yes.
Smriti and Jemmy go, I'm not saying that Smriti will not take Jemmy seriously, don't get me wrong, don't quote me wrong. What I'm trying to say is, initially when Jemmy goes, Jemmy herself will be unsure of who to select, what to select, how to go
Yes.
about things. But 1 or 2, 3 selection meetings, and she will know, okay, this is how I should be thinking when scouting players.
Mm.
And that makes you a leader. Even today, if you speak to some of the best, I mean, some of the captains, you will know the way they see players. I have spoken to a lot of captains. Snehashish has spoken to a lot of captains. The way they see players, for example, Mithali had told G Trisha's coach that this is not
Yes.
the right time. Let her wait, become a little more,
Mature.
matured, and then she can come on the scene, because it's tougher to make a comeback once a person is dropped. It's all right
Yes.
to uh, uh, to be 14-year making debut and all that, but to make a comeback is different. See how it's paying dividends for G Trisha.
Yes.
So it's important that people learn to deal with others. The player management, everything should come, and it will take time.
Absolutely. Sumit Sharma saying the same thing. I think Jemima will have the captaincy inspiration, so we may
Yeah.
see her as vice captain rather than
Yes.
Dipti going forward. Yes.
See, that would
Okay.
be ideal, but again, you
Mm.
never know. The other thing which I think all of us have to keep in mind is the fact that the selection committee is going to get a complete overhaul. So it'll be very
Yes.
interesting to see who's the chairperson, what happens, and so on and so forth, because a lot depends on that.
Yes. Okay, Prince of World has come up with a very interesting observation. Trishadi,
Okay.
I remember you said you would like to see Devina Perin in Delhi Capitals team in WPL. It will possible because DC coach Lisa is also coach of Northern Superchargers. Fantastic observation.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I had kept that in mind when I had said it. I
Okay,
had kept
okay,
that
okay.
in
Then
mind.
okay. So, but very good point. Very good point.
But yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Hmm.
glad that Prince of World has also noticed it. But
Yes.
I did keep it in mind that who's the coach where. That's one of
Hmm.
the most important things to notice. Like, for example, a lot of Sydney Sixers people, who's coaching for which team, kind of get to know.
Yes. Sports fan saying how different is being the coach of an individual in comparison to a team, asking in reference to Abhishek Nair. All of his success I have had while training with KL, DK, Rohit, and etc. Absolutely, it will be different because for KKR also he was the batting coach. All the head coach was Gambhir and Chandrakant Pandit was there.
Sorry. Yeah, I do think that Sumit, it's a very very different thing. It's one thing to teach one person and
Yes.
correct that particular person's or get training routines according to that one particular person's practice. But when you're the head coach of a team, it is not about A, B, C. It is about the entire A to Z. So
Hmm.
to treat every player in different ways, to know and cater to their needs, it's going to be tough. I think it will be a challenge for Abhishek Nair as well. He seems like someone we can trust. Maybe because he does not, kind of is very pompous about stuff or something of that sort, that he warrants that trust. But in general, I would say that is one of the reasons I said give him 2 seasons, because in one season he has to get in terms with the game,
Mhm.
the team, and then in the second season he can build it. Because again, if it's going to be mega auction, which is what it's supposed to be in WPL, then it's going to be a whole new team, and with a whole new team, a new coach, it will take time to gel. So
Yes.
yeah, I think we will see UP doing a lot of camps. I do feel so. um, and B, it will Abhishek will take a little bit of time. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, last comment, and it is for sports fan. I think this is the best comment to wrap up the show before wrapping the show. Usually, just curious to know what makes you guys cover a tournament without India players. Do you find similar interest in your live streams? Anyway, kudos to your efforts.
Sports fan, there is something that I have always believed in, and thankfully, I have got Snehashish working with me for women's cricket, and both of us have a lot of this same thought process, and that thought process is we don't look into views. Like most of the time, if you ask me my pieces or my videos, how many views have been there, I have to actually go back and look at it, because I don't look at it. Not because I don't like what I have done. I know
Mhm.
how in between thousands of things going on, we are still following the 100. As you said, none of the Indian players are there. Sorry. And the 100 is kind of an exhibition game. It is not even a T20, which is going to affect the World Cup or something. So covering it is tough. But we love this. We love doing these shows. We love doing these discussions. And if I'm being very honest with you, had we not come live, we would still be doing this discussion just over
Yes.
WhatsApp, either WhatsApp call or WhatsApp message. So we thought, why not, bring it live and see if there are equally mad people like us. And what you guys have done is you guys have actually come and asked questions and shown and proved that we were not wrong in trying this experiment out.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you one more example. Somebody just messaged me that we had a Shubhalakshmi Sharma podcast out today morning. See, most of you do not know who Shubhalakshmi is. So Snehashish and I literally had no expectations. But
Yes.
somebody just said, somebody in the company who keeps tabs of numbers actually texted me and said, you know what, the Shubhalakshmi podcast is a hit. Somebody is watching it. You guys are watching it. We would do anything to get this. For me, it's a separate level of commitment. I was a women cricketer, so I think pushing women's cricket, bringing women's cricket up there, talking about it, discussing it, is something I do with a lot of heart. That's why
Yes.
I can follow all the tournaments. And Snehashish is that support that has been superb. There have been times when I have actually texted Snehashish, there's so much that I got to do that I can't come live. He's like, don't worry, I'll do it. You could have easily bailed out, but Snehashish has done it with equal commitment, and both of us are super excited to bring you the World Cup. We are already planning
Yes.
three lights, three pieces. I mean, we are going to bombard your timelines with content on the Women's World Cup. You guys better be ready. But
Yes.
also, you know what? We had expected that probably after the online gaming thing, because a lot of
Mhm.
people watch a lot of shows because of fantasy team. We did think that probably once the fantasy team is gone,
Yeah, that will
we might
impact.
lose a lot of viewers. Yeah, it might impact, uh, but it did not. And the
Mm.
third, and I think the fourth or the most important thing is the questions that you guys ask tell us that you guys actually watch the match. And because you guys watch the match, we want to bring in the best coverage for you guys. So our interest, our love for the game has aligned with your interests and your love for the game, and that's why all of us are
Yes, absolutely. Nothing to add. What Tishari said,
here.
absolutely. Yes. But last question from Sumit Sharma. Last World Cup for players like Elisa Haley, Megan Shoot, Sophie Divine, Elise Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan Shoot actually said no. Megan Shoot had said something
Yeah.
like,
She already
if
confirmed that this will be her last tournament.
yeah, she said life comes,
Full
life
circle.
comes a
Oh, yes.
full
You
circle. Yeah,
mentioned that. Yes, yes, yes. So that is okay. All the comments are done. The match has already started. I think Brave are now okay. 12 runs from 14 balls. No wicket fallen. So very,
slow start.
yeah, cautious start. Kate Cross bowling. No World Cup spot, but she will look to win this 100 tournament now. Yes, but
Absolutely, I think
yeah.
because she has kind of complained about not being in the World Cup.
Hmm. And see Trishadi, here Kate Cross in the opponent team you have Lauren Bell. Your prime fast bowler for the World Cup. So interesting.
And you can well say, actually, you cannot. I think M. Arlott is the one who replaced Kate Cross.
Yes, definitely. Mm.
I thought it would be Lauren Bell, Lauren Filer, and Kate Cross, but it was M. Arlott who performed well. Even in the series against India, she performed well. So
Mm.
that's where she kind of pushed Kate Cross out, and also this has happened because of the age as well. You are
Mhm.
investing on someone like A. Marlott. You can't invest on Kate Cross anymore. I'm not saying she's bad, but she's not an investment anymore. She has to be either sure shot or not there. And what I mean by that is, so anybody who's watching England team would know that it will be Lauren Bell and Lauren Filer who will be playing in the playing 11. M. Arlott might get a few matches, but I don't think in the
Mhm.
main matches we will see her. So if that is the case, then uh, for an extra bowler, you don't want to keep
Mhm.
someone like Kate Cross because she's not an investment. This is what I was trying to explain. whereas A Marlot is is that investment that you want.
Absolutely. And in a podcast show, I think Cat Cross said that it was very shocking for her, and she took some time to to get to that phase
Process.
that okay, I am not going to play that World Cup. But Nat Shiva Brandt has attended many media interactions recently and talk about this tough call that it was very unfortunate to someone like Kate Cross to not get a place, but it also shows that the brain strength now England have, you know, that you.
Yes, I mean, this is, this is exactly what I'm saying. That w-
Mm,
somebody, I don't know if somebody spoke to Kate Cross or not. I would love it if Nancy Verbrand had a word with her
yes, yes,
and said, you know what, you did not fall out of favor or anything of that sort.
exactly.
But on current form, our two best pacers are Lauren Bell and Lauren Filer. So you had to be the third pacer. So shouldn't the third pacer be someone whom we can invest on for the future? So we want a young third pacer. That is where M. Arlott kind of toppled. Having Kate Cross in the squad in 15 and not having her in the 50 in the
Mm,
playing 11 makes no sense, because Kate Cross then is not being that investment. So I think somebody needs to speak to Kate Cross about this, and this is something I've always maintained, that dropping players, axing players is not the big deal. The big deal is, and this is something you remember you and I had discussed about Titash
yes,
in back in Australia, that you drop her, that is not the problem. The problem begins where you don't explain what's the problem. If somebody goes,
exactly.
right now Kate Cross is feeling that, oh, I'm left out because probably a Charlotte Edwards or a Naxiver brand doesn't really like me or whatever it is,
Mm,
I'm not in their scheme of things. Whereas explain it to her that you are in the scheme of things. The only problem is that your competition is not
right
A
now.
Marler.
Mm,
Your competition is Lauren Bell, Lauren Filer. The moment you say that, Kate Cross herself will say that Lauren Bell and Lauren Filer have been better than her. And in the third pacer, you want someone young who can be your future investment.
yes, absolutely. Okay, so all the comments are done. The match is going on. So thank you guys for joining. Oh, by the way, I wanted to talk about it before wrapping up. Nat Shivabrant has come up with a major update that she has started to bowl in practice nets, and she's very keen to take up all the roles in the World Cup. So okay,
Who told this to me 2 days ago? Oh, acha, okay.
yes,
Okay.
okay, your source. Yes,
Yes, my source.
yes, yes. So that's a very good news for England, but not a very good news for other teams that Nat Shiva brand has started bowling.
But it was
But
expected. It
it
was
was
expected.
expected. Yes, yes. I think in the warm up matches we'll definitely share bowling in few
I,
overs.
I think she'll be bowling a few overs, and then
Mm.
in the World Cup, she'll bowl in full steam.
Full total. Mm. Yes, absolutely. Okay, thank you, Tushari, for joining in. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Let's enjoy the final. Okay, some big hittings is going on, and
Beginning.
Danny White hurt smacking Kate Cross. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it is time to wrap up the show. Thank you, guys. Let's meet in the post match show, and hopefully, a great final is waiting for us. Thank you.